So this week we begin a new attribute of God, and that is that God teaches us truth. How would you define truth? Truth is to be in accord with reality or fact or experience. And when we talk about God being true, part of what we're saying is that God is reliable, faithful, dependable. We are in accord with God who is true. It's interesting in the Bible that the Hebrews and the Greeks had kind of different understandings of truth. For the Hebrew people that we see in the Old Testament, truth has to do with that sense of relationship and reliability and dependability. In the New Testament, which is written in Greek, the Greeks' idea of truth had to do with intellectual knowledge or thought. So in the Bible, you actually have two different approaches to truth. One which is based on relationship, reliability, dependability, faithfulness, and one which is intellectual, which has to do more with correct knowledge or belief. So we're going to see that reflected in the scriptures I share this week. And today we're starting with the prologue to the Gospel of John, which says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came to give witness, to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He himself was not the light, but came to testify to the light. The true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world came into being through him, yet the world did not know him. He came to what was his own, and his own people did not accept him. But to all who received him, who believed in his name, he gave power to become children of God, who were born not of blood or of the will of the flesh or of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, the glory as of a Father's only Son, full of grace and truth." Here in the beginning of John's Gospel, we see John actually expressing a combination of the Hebrew and Greek understandings of truth. That it's about relationship, that we are called to be in relationship with Jesus Christ, who is true. He is the source of the true life. And Jesus embodies truth. He comes full of grace and truth. We're going to talk more this week, each day, as we share more about what that means for us to be people who live and walk in the truth.